Oh, that's weird. Don't know why it did that. Alex, what's up? It's been going pretty okay lately. The last few days my depression's gotten better, so, you know, can't complain. Yet Not Dead, how's it going? I'm doing pretty okay today. I had a really good day yesterday. Hung out with Proto Man on Discord, like in real life. Yeah, and today we're just gonna take a look at Vegetable Police's retardation. I think I'm going to finish my response to him today, like in an actual, you know, video form. But I guess you guys will get a sneak preview of that. We're just gonna go through all the retarded bullshit he says. My face is really itchy. I had this fucking disgusting ingrown hair on my neck, and it was super deep, and like pus kept coming out of it, and I had to get a scalpel to cut it out because couldn't just get it out with tweezers. It's fucking brutal, and it was so long and weird. Just gonna wait for a few more people to hop in. Since we're waiting, I don't know if you guys have seen Battle Angel Alita. It looks fucking sick. It's based on the manga. I haven't read the manga yet, but I'm definitely gonna read the manga just so I can get a better idea of the story and everything, and it just looks cool. I like cyborgs and stuff. But this looks like the first manga / anime movie adaptation that will actually be good. And it's being developed by Robert Rodriguez, so hopefully it ends up being okay. Mackey's Christu, what's going on? Elite Ninja, what's up? Ugh. Yeah, I'm hoping I live long enough to see like cyborg enhancements like this, where I can just get a full body prosthesis, not have to deal with old man joints. Then you can just have like superpowers, basically. I really hope this movie isn't disappointing.
She's the last of her kind.
Oh yeah, by the way, I can't stream on my main fucking channel because they've instituted some new policy where if you get a copyright claim, not even a copyright strike, just a copyright claim on a live stream, they'll ban you from live streaming for 2 months, 60 days, which is fucking insane given how easy it is to get a false copyright claim. So right now I'm streaming this on my gaming channel. What's more fucked up is the company that made the claim, they're deliberately stalling. I submitted a counterclaim. Immediately they said, no, we're still going to pursue the claim. Then I submitted another counterclaim, and then they said, no, we're still going to pursue the claim. And now, basically, I have to wait for them to make actual legal proceedings, which, of course, they're not going to do. They have 30 days to make an actual legal case against me. Or else they're just going to have to forfeit the copyright claim. Obviously, they're not going to fucking do it because it was on a live stream that only 60 people fucking saw, and they'd end up losing more money than they save. So it just doesn't make any fucking financial sense. Yeah, so I just have to wait until the fucking thing runs out because these people are fucking insane assholes. Can't fucking stand the copyright system. Sean Baker said that Vegetable Police was a vegan activist. Lol, this guy. Sean Baker doesn't know what he's talking about. Like, literally everything he says is fucking horseshit. Check out Baki 2018 version. I saw that. I saw the first episode. I was watching it with Jasmine. Jasmine wasn't really into it, but it was kind of neat. I didn't like the second season of Baki the Grappler. But I'll check this one out. It looks like it's at least interesting. I like how they made it uber super violent. Okay, so let's get into things. For those of you who don't know Vegetable Police, like, he was kind of considered a vegan YouTuber, but recently he just shared that he was never actually vegan. He was just following a plant-based diet. Never really adhered to the ethical side of things, and intermittently he tried eating like fish and crap, so he was never vegan. He's had gut health issues for quite a while, so he's had a lot of like really intense pain in his gut. I think he might have even had like blood coming out his ass. So he went on the vegan diet to try to cure that, but it didn't work. Now, Goji Man made a really good video responding to him, and he said, like, you either have parasites, a bacterial overgrowth in your small intestine, or candida, a fungus in your gut, or a combination of the three. And what these, like, parasites and infections can do is they can make you super, super sensitive to things like oxalates, because they prevent your body from properly breaking down these compounds, and then it can cause intense pain, gas, bloating, bleeding, things like that. And it can give you like skin irritation, low energy, low absorption of minerals, things like that. And what Vegetable Police has to do is get a stool sample and a urine sample to determine what parasites he's infected with, what type of infections he has, and then based on the results of those tests, well, then you can take either a course of antibiotics, antibacterial, antifungal medications, and he'd also temporarily have to stop eating foods that are high in oxalates, which you can still do on a vegan diet, until, you know, the infection or, you know, yeah, the fungal infection, the parasites are gone. Now, Vegetable Police has decided not to fucking do that because he's a retard. And, We'll just go through this video and this video, and we'll start at 15 minutes because he directly refers to me here. I found his last video about you funny. He advised you to sneak in some animal products and still go on with vegan activism. He's so retarded. How is eating a fucking hamburger going to cure my depression? It's just fucking insane. Sean Baker is so fucking dumb. YouTube is ridiculous sometimes. They constantly fuck over their users, very well knowing it's their main source of income. I know. I don't know what the fuck YouTube's problem is. You know, obviously people are going to make false copyright claims on live streams, so why the fuck would you institute a policy that prevents people from live streaming like this? It's just crazy. Also, what is your opinion on 5-HTP? I have crazy low serotonin levels, and I got subscribed 5-HTP, and I'm not sure about it. I don't know what 5-HTP is. Let me just look it up. If it's an SSRI, then I'd recommend against it. Oh, so it's an over-the-counter supplement? Is it just serotonin? Supports natural sleep. Is it something that just helps you produce serotonin? Okay, that's what it looks like. 5-HTP, chemical byproduct of the protein building block L-tryptophan. It is sourced from the seeds of an African plant. 5-HTP increases serotonin levels and helps with depression, anxiety, insomnia, migraine, and tension-type headaches from fibromyalgia and obesity. Okay, that's a little weird. Crazy low serotonin levels. That can be diet-related, but I don't see any harm in taking a supplement like this. I don't know enough about it to really give a clear, like a good opinion on it, but I'd say it's just an over-the-counter supplement. I can't imagine it causing too much harm if it is even potentially harmful. Okay. I'm going to get some dog food with Finn. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. Can you pick me? Okay, never mind. Okay, so let's go through this video.
So I just want to explain some things. People are very confused because he helped me and they're like, why aren't you taking his test? This is the answer. What are you doing, you idiot?
Yeah, you are a fucking moron. So, Vegetable Police has gone on a full carnivore diet, and it has masked his underlying, like, gut health issue. So it's taken the symptoms away. He doesn't have gas, bloating, I guess bleeding, whatever the hell was going on, pain in his intestinal tract. The reason for that is he is infected with parasites or has a bacterial overgrowth or he has some kind of fungal infection that's preventing him from breaking down things like oxalates, which plant foods tend to be high in. Now, if you stop eating foods that contain these irritating compounds like oxalates, then, yeah, your symptoms will go away, but the problem is still there. You're still going to have the parasites, fungal infection, everything like that. So by eating animal products, it's masking the symptoms, but you're not addressing the underlying problem, which is why it's fucking retarded to not get these tests done and get, take whatever medications you need to treat this fucking issue. All you're fucking doing is saying, yeah, I'm just gonna, murder cows for no reason and not treat my underlying problem.
So we'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So dumb.
So first, you have to understand, we keep a relaxed schedule here at the Vegetable Police Network. We go to work a couple days a week, and then we sleep for the rest of the week. So my videos often come out like 2 weeks later. That's just how I run things here. I'm not going to change it. I like the schedule. And so some days I make like 3 videos, and then the next day is like 2 more. And it's like, boom, I got a week and another day's worth of videos. done in a couple days, and I chill, and I relax, and I recontemplate. What am I doing with my life? So Goji Man to the rescue, and he makes this video. It's like, I got your answer. And I'm like, well, holy shit. I kinda already changed my diet. Wasn't really ready to...
This is an ad
Oh
for a
my
project
God.
management tool called...
So, he's been following this animal product-based diet. Like, he's basically on a carnivore diet for, at least 2 weeks now. Yeah. So.
reveal things just yet. So I made that Goji Man response, and that jumped the queue. I already had like 6 videos ready. So I had to respond to that, and I'm like, I've already changed the diet, all pain is gone, and even if I
Okay, I very much appreciate your help. Would taking these tests still be worthwhile if I'm on a carnivore diet and have basically 100% healed every problem I had? That's the thing, you haven't healed every problem you have. You're just masking the symptoms. You still have bacterial overgrowth, fungal infection, parasitic infection, whatever it is, still in your gut. The thing is, you're not eating foods that are high in things like histamines, oxalates, salicylates. So it's masking the symptoms. It's not actually curing the fucking problem you have. I don't understand, like, how this is confusing. And Goji Man even explains this. But I promise you, you are not healed. You're simply keeping your symptoms at bay for now. Like, how does he not fucking understand this? Like, he's just an actual retard. You should also get some context for this. He made a video where Unnatural Vegan did a video on this. He made a video basically saying that the Holocaust never happened. That was the gist of the video. I guess he saw some like stupid far right wing documentary or went on some forums where people made up a bunch of bullshit about how the Holocaust wasn't real, fake conspiracy theories, shit like that. And he just believed it at face value. And eventually, after people like Unnatural Vegan just said, no, that's incorrect, here's the actual evidence disproving all this horseshit, he changed his opinion. He's like, oh, okay, I was wrong, the Holocaust did actually happen. But it just shows you the lack of critical thinking skills the guy has. He's very, very dumb. Like, he cannot fucking think critically about things. When somebody says, you have these underlying problems that need medical attention, and just eating meat, it's masking the symptoms, but it's not actually treating the problem, he doesn't understand that. He's too stupid to fucking understand that concept, so he's like, I feel fine, so what's the problem? Like, that's the extent of his reasoning skills. I only know Vegetable Police from his videos making fun of Sverige. Sad to see that he's actually equally as stupid. He's up there with Sverige. I don't know if he's equally as stupid. He doesn't believe the Earth is flat. He hasn't gotten to that point yet. But he's almost there. I think the biggest difference between him and Sverige is legitimately mentally insane and should probably be committed to a mental hospital. Vegetable Police isn't insane. He's insanely stupid, but he's not actually insane. I'd say that's the biggest difference between him and Sverige. Yeah, you got the flat Earth bull crap, and I'd say Sverige is just a bit dumber because of that. But Vegetable Police, at one point he believed in the Illuminati, like, for real. He thought, like, the Illuminati basically, run by Jews, just faked the Holocaust. So he's almost there. If he believed in flat Earth, I'd say he's as stupid as Sverige. I think Vegetable Police said multiple times that he's still not sure if the Earth is flat or not. Okay, so he's as stupid as Sverge. Okay, that solves it.
The FOD maps, like, they're all gone. So the test isn't going to show those, is it? Probably not. Like, I don't know what to do. I want to take the test.
Okay, so he says, or the bad bacteria, they're all dead. Again, if you have bacterial overgrowth in your small intestine, eating meat isn't going to make those bacteria just die and go away. The issue is the bacteria in your small intestine, the parasites you have, it's making you especially sensitive to things like oxalates and salicylates. Just because you remove oxalates and salicylates from your diet, that doesn't mean all of that's gone. You're just assuming because you don't notice any symptoms, you're healed. All of the problems are gone. Again, no reasoning skills. All he can think of is, I feel fine, so I must be fine. That's the extent of his reasoning abilities.
I want to do it. I want to be a vegan. I wish I could be a vegan. I'm trying to add back plants, and they stab me in the thorax. So in order to take his tests and have them show us something real, I have to go back on a plant-based diet of irritating foods, don't I? To then see, and then the histamines show up in the...
No, you actually don't, you fucking retard. Again, a stool sample will show whether or not you have a fungal infection, or bacterial overgrowth, or parasites. Like, holy fucking shit.
Blood in my poo, and the Thai workers are working through my poo. And they find the histamines. The histamine response, whatever happens in there. So, I don't know. I don't want to do that right now. I feel...
So, let's just say, for the sake of argument, in order for the tests, he needs to actually become healthy and cure these gut issues. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, in order for these tests to be accurate, he needs to go back on plant foods that aggravate his gut issues. You're saying that you don't want to do that right now, even though that's something you have to do to become healthy, and that's a better alternative to murdering animals, isn't it? Like, if you had an alternative, like, if you had the option to suffer a little bit temporarily just to get a few tests done, to see, you know, what fucking bacterial issues or whatever you have, and then you can go on medication and then heal your fucking issues, or murder innocent animals and not cure your fucking problem. What's the better option? Murder other beings for the sake of temporary comfort that's not actually going to heal your issue, or suffer a little bit and then cure your problem? What's the better option there, dum-dum? Oh yeah, is the Earth flat? I don't know. When I look at the horizon, it looks flat to me, so it's a little hard to fucking say for sure.
Like, finally, I found some way to avoid stomach pain. And I'm aware people are like, you're not getting to the cause of the problem. But there's a couple ways to think about it. It's like...
No, there literally isn't a couple ways to think about it. If you do something that removes the irritating compounds, but doesn't take away the parasites or fungus or bacterial overgrowth, then you're not actually treating the underlying problem. You're just masking the symptoms. That's what's happening. There's not several ways to fucking think about it. He said that when he hears arguments pro-Flat Earth, he thinks it sounds convincing, but when he hears counter-arguments, then they also sound convincing to him. Oh my god. Yeah, so... perfect demonstration that he has fuck off, you fucking creative cloud. So yeah, basically he has absolutely no critical thinking ability, and he just believes anything anyone tells him. That's essentially what it is. He's basically the Donald Trump of, I don't know, plant-based YouTube something. Yeah.
Like, okay, I was eating, say, beans, and they go through me like glass. And it's like, just stop eating the glass, and you'll be fine.
Oh my god, the reason beans are irritating you is because of things like oxalates, salicylates, and histamines, which you're sensitive to right now because the fungal infection, parasites, or whatever you have in your gut is preventing you from properly breaking down these compounds, and then you have this irritation. So if you stop eating beans, that will mask your symptoms, but it won't treat the underlying problem, you fucking dum-dum.
It's like, so that's what I've done. Why is that a bad thing? Like, he was saying...
Why is that a bad thing? Let's see, because it's not treating the underlying problem, and you're murdering innocent animals that have nothing to do with your fucking personal issues. Like, really, animals are being murdered because you're fucking dumb. That doesn't sound like a problem to you?
In his next video, that like, oh, if you try to re-add beans, you're gonna suffer. I'm like, why would I add them?
I don't know, because beans are fucking healthy. They help you live longer. They don't cause the suffering and death of animals. Do you honestly think it's normal to have a problem like this? Do you think, like, does he really think that he'd have this issue if he didn't have, like, bacteria or a fungal infection or something? Like, you really think that your biology just doesn't allow you to consume normal plant foods? Are you fucking retarded by any chance?
And he didn't tell me what foods I could eat. He said I have to be on a low FODMAP, low histamine, low oxalate, low salicylate. It's like low everything diet, and it's like, what's left? White rice. I think that's it.
Let's see. Eating white rice for a few weeks versus murdering animals and not treating the underlying condition. Suffer for a little bit, but get to the root of the problem and fix it, and then you're healthy, then you can eat whatever the fuck you want as far as plant foods go, or brutally murder innocent animals, have your health worsen, and not treat your underlying gut issues. What's the better option there, dipshit? Fuck me. What an asshole. If Donald Trump is like vegetable police, what stops him from believing in climate change? Climate change deniers. Donald Trump is very much like this, where he's too stupid to use his own critical thinking skills, and literally the last person he talked to influences his opinion and decision-making. Vegetable police is the same thing. He can't tell whether or not the Earth is flat because he's hearing things from, you know, two different sides. Oh, the Earth is flat, the Earth isn't flat. Oh, which do I choose? Yeah, so it's the same thing as climate change deniers. If he heard a climate change denialist argument, he'd say, oh yeah, that makes sense. So, he can't really determine, like, he has no reasoning skills, so whatever anyone tells him, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's like, that's not a nourishing diet, white rice and sweet potatoes for...
You call eating dead hunks of rotting cow flesh a nourishing diet. Okay.
6 months. It's like, I don't even feel good on the carbs, and then you gotta feed yourself every couple hours, and then you don't get to fast at all, you don't get the 1 day meal.
What the fuck is he talking about? So you have to eat rice all day long, whereas if you eat meat, you can eat 1 meal a day? What the fuck is this horse shit? Could you get Donald Trump to believe in climate change? I'm sure you could. The thing is, you actually have to show it happening. Like, you can't actually show him research and shit. It would have to be a lot more like empirical, tangible, like something that you can actually see and feel. You know what I mean? You can't just show him like, you know, facts and data. He'd be like, what's this? This is all confusing letters and numbers. So, yeah. You'd actually have to take him to the North Pole where ice is melting and shit, or go somewhere where the sea level's rising, and then tell him about, like, you know, the NASA data that shows all this is happening over a number of years and stuff like that. Did you know that Sean Baker made a video about you? Yeah, I do. I have like shit up my nose that I can't get out. It was really fucking stupid. He was basically saying, yeah, just eat a little bit of meat and your depression should clear up. And he gives no explanation for why meat somehow helps with depression. And he obviously gave absolutely no research explaining why veganism somehow causes depression. And of course he knows nothing about my fucking history. He just thinks, oh, vegan gains suddenly became depressed. Like, no, I've had depression my entire life. I was suicidal by the age of, like, 6 or 8. Yeah, and then veganism obviously helped my fucking depression. I don't want to kill myself anymore, but it's still been an ongoing battle.
Brain benefits of the intermittent fast. So I honestly don't know what to do. My life is in shambles. You have no idea.
How about just listen to people who are smarter than you and know what they're talking about? I think you have to come to terms with the fact that you're fucking dumb, and you should just admit that you're dumb, and eventually, hopefully, you can just find some people who are smarter than you and listen to them. I think that's what you need to do, because I don't think there's any real way to explain this to you in any more simple of a fucking manner for you to understand. I mean, it's been said already. You're not treating your underlying condition, you're just masking the symptoms. I don't know of a fucking way to explain that to make it any more simple for your dumb ass to understand. He does not fucking get it. So just listen to Goji Man. Just listen to him because he's smarter than you. That's all we have to say to you now.
How affected I am by this. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore with my life. I hate the carnivore message. I don't even want to tell anybody about it. I don't resonate with the carnies in this Three Ridge group.
Then why the fuck are you eating nothing but meat, you fucking retard? If you don't like the idea, if you don't resonate with people in this carnivore movement or whatever, then why the fuck aren't you just listening to Goji Man and get these fucking tests done and treat your underlying fucking issues rather than murder animals and not treat your underlying issues?
Die vegans, go vegan and die. It's like, I'm not on this anti-vegan train. I don't fit in anywhere. I want to be the animal lover that feels good as well.
Oh my god, okay, so you're clearly not a fucking animal lover, dipshit. If you were, then you'd listen to fucking Goji Man. If you really loved animals and didn't want to cause harm, you wouldn't be doing this retarded-ass fucking carnivore diet, and you would have just listened to Goji Man. So you can't call yourself an animal lover. You're just full of fucking shit.
Right now it's with cows in my belly, and what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do? Listen to Goji Man, get the test done, go on a low histamine oxalate salicylate diet for a little bit, and then, you know, cure your underlying issues rather than not doing anything about it and just brutally murdering innocent animals. That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm just doing what I can do to avoid pain, and I keep freaking out. My body keeps freaking out. Freaked out to the multivitamins. I swear to lovers, Lotus. I was watching that interview with Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson, and he was like, yep, I had some apple cider vinegar one time, just a little bit, and he was F for like 6 months. And I was like, what the hell? Like, that's what it feels like I am, too. I'm just so sensitive to things, and then...
Do you think that's normal? Honestly, like, do you not understand that you have a fungus infection or a parasite or bacterial overgrowth in your small intestine, and that has to be dealt with? Like, what the fuck is this guy's problem? I'm just getting the feeling that he's one of those people who are so stupid they just shouldn't live. How are people this dumb? Can he, did he write this himself? Like, he can read? Like, he can read. It's just mind-boggling how somebody can actually read, but be this dumb.
Maybe not months, but like, for a good week, I'm dead. I'm dead to the world. So, it's been a mystery. And I'm happy right now that I know what to eat to avoid pain, and I'm happy with that. And I do want to add plants back in. I wish I could just switch it out, but we got to be patient with this. I can't just, okay, let's go back. I want to do the high-fat vegan diet again. I felt even better, except the digestion was terrible. So we want all aspects of health lining up.
All aspects of health lining up. Okay, so how the fuck does eating a shit ton of saturated fat, cholesterol, heme iron, carcinogens created from cooking meat, how does that help all aspects of health line up? Does it, retard? Becky's Homestead believes in the body type diet bullshit. What does that even mean? Like, you mean blood type diet or body type? Like, what, if you're fat, you have to eat fat? Like, that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Becky's Homestead is a fucking retard. Let's see if she's made any other videos. God, I hate this so much. Proof that chickens do eat snakes. Okay, this person is so terrible. Like, she's just a terrible fucking person. Honestly. How to move to the country. Oh, look, you're still fat. This person, she's just a terrible person. Really, just awful. In that video, Sean acted like he's some calm, friendly person, calm, friendly, reasonable guy reaching out. PBN did a nice video that gives examples of why that's retardedly dishonest and out of character. PBN, plant-based news. Okay. Yeah. I should actually respond to that video. The guy's an asshole. Would you cage match Durian Rider? Yeah, if we set up, like an MMA match, I'd literally knock his head off his body. I'd do it. Police going to die soon if that issue isn't solved soon. Is vegetable police going to die soon if that issue isn't solved soon? No, like his tummy just hurts. That's basically what it comes down to. It's not like he'd die soon from it. It's just that he doesn't like the discomfort involved, which is understandable, but Like, why wouldn't you listen to somebody who's giving you a solution to the problem, and instead you're just torturing and killing animals and your problem isn't actually being fixed? I just don't get it. Just looked up the Vegetable Police video. I remembered where he talked about Eric Dubé and Flat Earth. In that time frame, he and the other guy rambled about stuff, also about Flat Earth. Apparently, Vegetable Police leans towards Globe Earth, but he isn't absolutely sure. Wow. So, Vegetable Police is fucking dumb. Let's see. Earth from ISS. So, you got this. See how there's a curve to the Earth? You can actually watch the International Space Station live. Can I go back at all? No, it's not letting me go back. But, like, how is this difficult to figure out? This is difficult for Vegetable Police to figure out whether or not the Earth is a sphere. And, you know, it's no wonder he's having trouble figuring out what to do. Like, what to eat, what to do with his gut issues. He can't figure out that the Earth is round. So, this is what we get.
We'll get it. But we will get it. And it would be nice to add in the anti-cruelty measure.
You know what? I might actually use that for my video responding to him. Eric Dubé. Yeah, Eric Dubé. I'll look for that. Fuck. If you could send me a link to the actual video, and like especially with a timestamp, that would be really helpful.
I was watching Three Rich's video of his meetup, and they were in a barn eventually, and there was cows there, and it's just like, it's sad. It is sad. I hate it. I saw a truck go by.
If it's so sad and you hate it so much, then why the fuck aren't you just listening to Goji Man's advice, going on the low oxalate, salicylate, histamine, vegan diet, and getting these tests done, and then curing these issues? Why the fuck are you torturing and killing animals? Like, you clearly don't give a fuck. You're paying lip service to the idea of ethics, I guess. You don't give a fuck.
By the other day with the cows in it, and I'm like, God damn it. Damn it, I hate this so much, but I can't suffer through glass-like food going through my body anymore. I'm not willing to do it, so we found the soft food. We're trying to add back in glass to the diet.
Soft food? What?
To do it, so we found the soft food. We're trying to add back in glass to the diet.
I don't think he understands, like, that it's the oxalates, salicylates, and histamines that are causing these, like, this allergic reaction. And it's not that the food is hard and it's, like, literally tearing up his insides. No, it's, like, it's these compounds that cause irritation that can't be broken down properly because of the fucking fungal infection or whatever in your fucking gut. This dude is fucking seriously insane. No stars, fake, confirmed. Did you see Joe Rogan's podcast with Jordan Peterson? They both got together and spewed pseudoscience garbage on nutrition. A few people told me about it. I saw a short clip of it. I'll take a look and see.
And we'll see what happens. But, like, if this fails, and I'm already worried. I'm already terrified and paranoid that it's like long term, the protein, animal protein damaging my kidneys. I think my bag.
Well, how about heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, asshole? Like, he should know this crap already. You know, he's watched my videos, he's been part of the whole vegan YouTube scene for how long? Like, why do you think this is healthy? It's just so stupid. Like, why would he fucking do this?
I'm getting bags under my eyes. I'm gonna become one of those keto freaks. Help me. It's like, I don't want to be doing.
You don't want to be doing this. Okay, well then listen to Goji Man's advice. How many fucking times do I have to tell you this?
Doing this. It's like, hopefully I can heal my gut. It's actually sealing things up. Just placking it with the cholesterol. I don't know.
What the fuck are you fucking talking about, you dumb fuck?
So we'll see. I think that's it. So, yeah, if this doesn't work and we fail again, then hopefully Goji Man isn't pissed enough and he's still willing to help me, and then we'll go back on the stupid fruits and veggies, and rice and beans. And then we'll get the tests. I'll give the lady my poo. She'll look through the poo. She'll find the...
I'm seriously getting, fucking triggered from this. Like, honestly, I'm not even fucking kidding. I might have to stop. It really fucking frustrates me that someone's this fucking stupid. I can't fucking look at this shit anymore. I'm really about to fucking lose it. Just give me a second. Fuck me. I'll put the link and timestamp into the Discord server. Thanks, dude. What's his IQ? It has to be borderline retarded. He'd probably, if I had to guess, there's a good chance he'd score, like, under 100. Probably. That is just so fucking stupid. Take your anger out on him in a response video to Vegetable Police. I don't know if I can even do that today. I'll see if I can handle it. If not, I'll just think of something else. 100 is actually average? I don't know if it is. Let me see. Average IQ US United States. What is the smartest states? Massachusetts, that's interesting. Massachusetts is 104, and it goes all the way down to Mississippi, which is 94. That's pretty terrible. Yeah. You know, Vegetable Police would definitely score under 100 if I had to guess. I'd be very surprised if he was 100 or above. At that point, when he starts talking about insane, stupid shit like that, I'm amazed he can even read. Like, he literally has no critical thinking skills. Like, it's non-existent. So how the fuck can he even read? It's bizarre. Fuck. I have to take a break from this. Let's look at that new Super Saiyan, you know, like the new Brawly trailer for Dragon Ball Z. Gotta wait for this fucking ad to play first. There were a few interesting things in here. Now, I haven't finished watching Dragon Ball Super, so some of this I may be out of the loop and not understanding.
So tell me, Goku, why do you seek even more strength than you?
So Akira Toriyama has always talked about how he really liked the character Brawly, and he wishes he had an opportunity to flesh out his backstory and include him in the canon. But it sounds like he's actually going for it now. I think this will actually be included into the canon. Just because of the timing and what Akira Toriyama has said in the past. Like he said, he's always wanted to do more about Brawly. And so I think it's pretty much guaranteed that this movie is going to end up being canon. Just make sure you don't play something on stream that gets you a copyright claim. Well, this is my gaming channel. I don't really give a fuck, but yeah, I guess I'll have to make another fucking channel to be able to fucking stream. It's fucking retarded. I don't think this will be a problem, though.
You have already.
The Tournament of Power opened my eyes. No way I can stay at the same level I'm at now.
Okay, so this sounds like it takes place after the whole tournament and after the Dragon Ball Super series. So, that, and the confusing thing in it is Frieza's going to be in here, so I guess this is a Frieza from another universe or something, or, because it was my understanding that Frieza was totally vaporized, you know, in the movie Resurrection of F.
I'm fired up.
Unless he ended up getting resurrected again, which could be. There was actually a shot of a Dragon Ball, so Frieza might have been resurrected again somehow.
That must be the guy.
I don't know who he is, but his energy's absurd. Do it, Broly!
Yeah, so, you know, the first Broly movie, it wasn't actually canon, so it doesn't make sense to me that he'd make another Broly movie and, like, reboot this whole idea if it wasn't going to be included in the canon.
How is this possible? Damn it, he's learning as he fights!
Magnificent. His power level is amazing. What the?
Okay, so what's interesting here is that when, you know, the Saiyans, like when someone goes Super Saiyan, fuck, keep missing, their eyes go green. The neat thing here is that Brawly has a green aura to him. So this might be like hinting at another Super Saiyan level. Like there's Super Saiyan, you get a yellow aura. There's Super Saiyan God, which is a red aura. And then there's like the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, which is fucking weird and retarded, but it's a blue aura. So Brawly might have had like, I don't know, it might be like another level of Super Saiyan, this green aura. And I don't know, maybe like the green eyes when they go Super Saiyan, it like hints at that, but this might be a new level of Super Saiyan that Goku like learns to harness to fight Broly or something. Yeah, so that's interesting, but it's gonna come out January 2019. I guess we'll see when it comes out. But I thought that was interesting, that Brawly has a green aura. So hopefully there is a different level of Super Saiyan that involves a green aura that doesn't sound retarded, like Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Hopefully they just make a sensible name for it. And Frieza got resurrected at the end of the recent Super arc, I think. Okay, so that makes sense. I didn't watch the second season of Super, so I'm out of the loop on that. But I think it's fucking sick that he's being included in the canon again. Hopefully we get some new figures, too. Because SH Figuarts, they make all the figures for DBZ. They only have the old design of Broly, which is kind of, you know, retarded. So hopefully we get like a new Broly figure design as well that actually looks reasonable. Because, like, I mean, look at this. And that's what he looked like in the original anime. It was insane. Oh yeah, and speaking of figures, NECA TMNT 7-inch. Okay, that's not what I intended. Yeah, there we go. So NECA just released the 7-inch scale TMNT figures that are based on the 90s movie. Right now, it's an San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, but I think they're going to end up just releasing it. If you search the shit on eBay, it was originally $125 American. Now people are selling it for like... Okay, somebody's selling it for 100. I think that's a bid, though. I saw a few people selling it for like, you know, over $200. Let me see if I can find it now. Looks like they might have just sold out. NECA TMNT. Oh yeah, here it is. The box set, $450, and this was originally only $125. Leonardo, oh, loose, that's why it's only 100, so it's only the one figure that somebody's selling. Here's another going for $320. So yeah, the prices are even rising now, $295, and it's just because right now it's basically exclusive. All the people who pre-ordered have gotten it first, and so everyone's just selling it for way, way overpriced. And if any of you are into figures, this is actually a way to get figures for free. If you know something is going to sell out and be super popular or be exclusive for a while, buy 2 sets of whatever the hell you want, and then just sell the one set and then keep the set that you want, and then it'll pay for itself, or you can even buy up multiple pieces of the item and then actually make a profit. It's an easy way to get toys for free, if any of you are interested. I've wanted these NECA figures for a while, but it's gonna have to wait. What else? I don't want to talk about fucking Vegetable Police. The guy's an asshole. Let's just go through it anyway.
But whatever, I was honest about it. I came clean. And so, like, I wonder, are other vegans struggling on YouTube and they're just not saying anything? Because look at the vegan YouTubers that are honest. Me, Vegan Gains, and we're both struggling as shit.
Yeah, I'm not struggling with my diet, dipshit. Yeah, I've had gas and crap like that, but it might be because of bacterial overgrowth in my small intestine, or I might have candida or something. I'm actually going to end up getting these tests done just so I can see for sure, but yeah, just because you're having problems with the vegan diet, that doesn't mean it's the vegan diet. There might be some other underlying issue that you're not addressing.
Is that a sentence? But Vegan Gains, like, he has a lot of bad gas. His girlfriend actually, he had to...
My gas is a lot better recently, since I cut out protein powder and started taking the probiotic. What would you do to Vegetable Police if you were in a cage match with him? Hit him really hard across the face, maybe give him a severe concussion, break his arm to end the match, something like that. Maybe even snap his leg. Maybe snapping his leg would be even more satisfying just because it's a bigger bone. Yeah.
To change his diet because he was filling up their apartment with fart air. Like, it was getting bad. She's like, what are you doing? Just ease off the...
Yeah. What the fuck? Like, okay, so if I'm farting a lot, the solution is to torture and kill animals?
Those proteins. I need to breathe, and our dog is gonna die. But at least he's honest with his struggles. He has depression. He has joint pain. He's super angry at everything. He gets mad at people making a right turn.
I have joint pain. Yeah, I've had 5 surgeries. No, or was it 4? Yeah, 4 surgeries in my left knee. I had the initial surgery, 2 surgeries involving the bacterial infection, and then the surgery to remove scar tissue. So 4. Yeah, no shit. I'd have joint pain, dipshit. What the fuck does that have to do with my vegan diet? So I've had multiple surgeries and a bacterial infection in my knee, and the joint pain has something to do with my diet. Are you fucking retarded? And yeah, I've always been angry. Literally always. Ever since I was a small fucking child. My earliest memory, like, it was from when I was 2 years old. Most people can't even remember that far back. It was when I was 2 years old. I remember I was in my stroller. I was mad as fuck, and I just wanted to hit something. And then my mom came in... What? What?
Don't give too much details.
And then my mom leaned into the stroller, and I punched her in the face with my little 2-year-old baby hand. I've just always been angry. What? When I was 2 years fucking old. I don't care. Just whatever. What the fuck does this have to do with my vegan diet? I was angry as a meat eater, I'm angry as a fucking vegan.
Signaling, legally. A legal right turn. He's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's turning into Walmart.
They're not doing it fast enough. That's why I fucking complain. They're being stupid and doing it slowly. What does this have to do with my diet?
He wants to buy some lettuce. Leave him alone. So let's...
Like, you can just look at Road Rage compilations. tell me if any of these people are vegan or not. Do you think that person was vegan? Is that why they just decided to ram into a bunch of cars? Oh, there's a vegan. He got pissed off that he had to wait for traffic. Let's see if we see any more vegans. Oh. Oh, there's another vegan. Yeah. Is it the vegan diet that causes road rage, asshole? He's turning into one of those people like Sean Baker, where if any vegan has a problem, oh, it's because of your vegan diet. If you ate meat, you wouldn't be so angry all the time, or you wouldn't be depressed, or the fucking knee you've had 5 surgeries on, oh, it wouldn't hurt anymore. Meat just cures everything. I have no problems with gas after being vegan for over a year, and no vegan I know has that. I know, it's just fucking retarded. It's not the vegan diet that's causing gas. It's a particular diet you're on, or there might be some other underlying issue that needs addressing that causes gas like that. Cured my slight hypothyroidism in like 3 weeks after supplementing with iodine. Yeah.
Get into the beef cleanse. First of all, I want to say you have no idea how hard it is as a previous vegan to start buying dead bodies.
You admitted yourself you were never fucking vegan. What kind of fucking horseshit is this? Okay, I'm gonna actually fucking find the... Maybe, what's his name did it? Foot Soldier. I remember he compiled a bunch of shit on Vegetable Police. Let's see...
This is an ad for a project management tool called...
God.
People have said recently that Vegetable Police is just doing this carnivore nonsense to drum up attention, a bit of trolling. I don't believe that's the case, as is on a vegan diet, and now he needs to do the carnivore diet.
Said I healed my ulcerative colitis using a raw vegan
To
fruit-based
cure it
diet.
finally. So let's get into all of that in Casey's words right now, starting with this story.
So, ulcerative colitis. I suffered for a good portion of my life with that illness. My entire 20s, throw them out. Throw them out. I was at home wondering what the hell I could eat and bleeding. That's what my 20s was. And they stuck a camera
Shit, is he like 30? He looks really fucking young.
up my butt, and I saw that movie. I was like, oh, look at that. And I was looking at the pictures, and I was like, oh my god, like what's all the red stuff? There was all these red sores everywhere and white mucus. I'm sorry if you're eating right now. I'm so sorry. But it looked like a disaster. And the doctors were talking to each other, and they're like, pancolitis. Ulcerative colitis, the entire colon. But I'm cured. Cheat meal here and there.
Vegan diet.
I figured I'd had enough of the cleansing for a while, and I wanted to work out and gain some muscle. After 4 months, I was about 146 pounds and a lot stronger.
So not only did he cure his ulcerative colitis on the vegan diet, he also built muscle on a vegan diet and got in good shape. So what actually went wrong then? Well, instead of just eating normally, he has to do these little experiments. He has to do this weird, crazy nonsense, like fermenting sweet potatoes in his cupboard and doing all crazy stuff. Let's look at some of the crazy stuff he's done.
So I'm gonna do a cabbage juice enema up the rear.
What the fuck? Okay, so this might have actually been the trigger for these issues. He might have actually gotten parasites or a fungal infection from shoving foreign food objects up his ass. So that actually might have been the catalyst for it.
So yeah, maybe not do that. Maybe don't do what I just did. Not the greatest thing I've ever done. Just drink the fucking juice. Just drink it. What was I thinking, exactly? The thing I take from this whole experience, I do crazy shit.
So he does unnecessary bollocks like shoving cabbage juice up his arse. No one needs to do this stuff, but he just reads some crazy, stupid shit on the internet and just does it because he thinks...
Yeah, so this comes back to the lack of critical thinking skills he has. If he reads something, he just believes it because he has no way of reasoning whether or not it's true or if he should do it.
Thinks it's a good idea. And he does all of this in the name of healing.
So we have a interesting drink here. I'm a little afraid of it. Alright, I'm a little nervous. Not a smell I've ever smelt before.
What the hell even is that?
It's like Play-Doh, lemon flavored Play-Doh drink. I'll sell it. Well, you don't. I don't know.
What even is that? Looks like carrot juice.
That's a new experience. It has a sour, stinging element to it.
This is not a necessary part of veganism.
So, the 1 meal a day diet's back. We eat 1 meal a day now. It's a restaurant meal. This has to go well. What could possibly go wrong with this diet? Nothing. So, I'll go show you what I eat in a day at a restaurant for my 1 meal. Let's go. All these dishes, you never really know what's in it. Okay, here's my second plate. You may be wondering what that is. So am I.
So a bit more recently, he went through a
What the
phase of
fuck?
eating only 1 meal a day.
If he doesn't even know what the fuck, like, he might be joking, but, like, if he doesn't even know what the fuck it is, it could contain animal products.
Exclusively at restaurants. So eating 1 meal a day, like a huge amount of food at once, isn't really recommended for people suffering from intestinal disorders, because that's a lot of food to process at once. But anyway, that aside, he chose to eat his 1 meal a day at restaurants. So he's eating greasy, salty food. I've got nothing wrong with eating greasy, salty food if you want some sort of treat or something. I was in Thailand eating it exactly the same, like the restaurant he was just in, the Vegetarian Society or whatever it's called. I was eating there too. It's fun to eat out, but eating 1 meal every single day at restaurants, that is not going to be healthy. So what else has he been up to?
Someone told me to drink turpentine, so I did it.
What the fuck is turpentine? That sounds like something nasty. Turpentine. Fluid obtained by the distillation of resin from live trees, mainly pines. It is mainly used as a solvent and a source of materials for organic synthesis. What the fuck? That doesn't sound like something you should drink. Let's look on WebMD. Turpentine oil. Don't confuse turpentine oil with gum turpentine, which is the resin. Let's see. That doesn't sound like something you should drink.
Now my intestines feel melty. Melty and strange. So I drank this stuff 5 days in a row, so I never saw any parasites come out of me, but what I did see was my life starting to suck. And I started getting fatigued after drinking this stuff. And my stomach, I'm getting pain. I get pain in my colon from this turpentine. It's like, it almost feels like it's melted my entire digestive line.
Like, this is all starting to make perfect fucking sense. Let's see, he shoved foreign objects up his ass, food objects like cabbage juice. He's drinking things that sound like they shouldn't be drunk. And then he, like, after all of this, he starts complaining about pain in his gut. Yeah, I wonder what triggered this whole issue.
And sometimes I'm waking up with not only stomach pain, but like back pain, the kidney area. I can just feel it like burning me.
The
I'm like,
fuck?
oh my god, what am I doing to myself? What have I done? And how long is it going to take to repair it? Like, so far, it's been pretty much a nightmare. Fatigue is hitting me hard. I've felt like shit for the last, like, 2 weeks now. I got no energy, and I don't know what the hell's happening.
So if doing weird, unnecessary bullshit
God.
isn't enough with shoving cabbage juice up your ass, fermenting sweet potatoes in your cupboard, and doing all weird sort of...
Yeah, EVGA, you don't know anything the fuck about me, or Jasmine, or our relationship, so why don't you just shut the fuck up, dude? Thanks.
Or shit, and eating at restaurants 1 meal a day and doing fasting, just unnecessary bullshit, which isn't necessary on a plant-based whole foods vegan diet for health in any way, shape or form. It's just unnecessary experimentation
really
bullshit, woo-woo, guru.
Like, who the hell, like, I've never even heard of turpentine before. Drinking turpentine. Where did people come up with this idea? No, you may have used turpentine to thin paints and clean brushes, which is its most typical use. Holy fuck. So turpentine is used as a paint thinner, and he decided to eat it. Turpentine is an essential oil distilled from pine tree sap, so it does have natural origins, as you might expect from the poison label on a bottle of turpentine. Consuming turpentine can cause hydrocarbon poisoning. Why the fuck would you drink this? What the fuck? This is insane. That person's tongue looks fucked. That is, like, insane. There's poison labels on turpentine, and he fucking drank turpentine. What the fuck? Sunfruit Dan has a few videos on taking a specific type of turpentine internally. That guy's a fucking retard. Let me look at his channel real quick. Sunfruit Dan. Like, gee, anything that has a poison label on it, you'd think...
Hey there, I'm Sunfruit.
You just wouldn't do that. Let's see, turpentine. Why turpentine will not cure you of candida. Turpentine external method, heal benefits and uses. Why do I no longer take turpentine? Don't drink turpentine, everyone.
Quite a few people ask me, why am I not talking about turpentine? Have I stopped taking turpentine? To take it for quite some time. I've taken it very extensively in the past, because I'm already in an optimal state of health in mind for quite some time, because I went through a period of just like me to make specifically on turpentine to answer any of your questions.
This person's just retarded. I think a lot of these people are hypochondriacs, and they just always think that there's something wrong with them when there really isn't, and then they do weird shit like turpentine.
Nonsense. If that's not bad enough, he then drinks turpentine and completely destroys...
What? Nah, I don't need any water. I'm good for now.
His intestines, and then subsequently, after a short while after drinking turpentine, he makes this video.
I just want to feel good, and I've tried for 10 years to make it work as a vegan, and it doesn't feel like it's working. It shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't take 10 years to fully heal the gut, the itching, the skin.
What?
The depression. I've been depressed out here in Thailand, and it's like all these things just have me questioning vegan.
Like, turpentine might be vegan, but do you think it might have been the turpentine that did this and not like the vegan diet itself? It was the turpentine you drank?
For the first time.
So despite having cured his ulcerative colitis according to his About page, and despite making multiple videos explaining at length how he cured his ulcerative colitis on a vegan diet, he now suddenly hasn't cured his ulcerative colitis on a vegan diet, and he needs to cure it by going on some other diet. Could it be that he just damaged his intestinal health severely by drinking turpentine like he described exactly in that previous video? And what happened the last time he destroyed his intestines? Oh, the last time was when he ate a massive bit of sheep's cheese. Then he completely got a flare up. And what happened then?
And that's what did it. That's what put me into a flare. I stopped talking to everybody I knew. Like I shut down. That's what happens to me. For some reason, I can't talk to people. That's a whole other story, so...
Oh, so he got depression after having a huge flare-up in the past when he ate a big block of sheep's cheese. So he got a big flare-up, he spiraled into a state of depression, and that seems exactly what he's experiencing now after drinking turpentine. So now, to cure his gut...
Like, this guy is so fucking stupid. He needs a carer. He's like one of those people with Down syndrome who just... literally can't do anything, and they constantly need some sort of carer to help them with fucking everything. Like, no, vegetable police, don't drink the turpentine. Put that down. I'll get you a glass of orange juice.
After drinking turpentine and destroying his intestines, what is he going to do? He's going to go on the carnivore diet. But the thing is, he's already experimented with stuff like this before, and in his own words, this is what happened.
And I've tried paleo as well. Don't think I haven't. I've been all up in that goat butter. I went to a butcher shop once when I started the paleo diet, and I got goat butter, I got sheep fat. Was it sheep fat? Duck fat. And I was all up in this. I got 2 big bags of beef bones to make my bone broth, and I was all up in it. And I felt like absolute shit on that diet. So people trying to tell me you just need meat. And at some point, I was living off beef broth. And that was it, and I was losing so much weight. I was down to like 110 pounds, and I was atrophied. I wasn't doing anything. My mom was making all the food, and I was just basically sitting at my desk, looking at YouTube and stuff. And my muscles had literally atrophied. Like, I got to a point where I felt like I had no immune system left to fight my illness. I was so sick feeling. I was like, I have to go to the hospital. Something's really wrong with me. And so we went to the emergency room, and I remember getting off the streetcar, and we were crossing the street, and cars were coming, so I ran, and I was just like my legs were gone. I had like no muscle in my leg, and something pulled, and I was like, oh my God, what the hell happened to me? So that was the worst. I got my IV, and they were like, you should...
This is really fucking strange. I don't know... Like, especially with an experience like that before, where he went on an almost all animal product diet and this happened to him, that he'd just jump to eating nothing but meat out of fucking nowhere. And he's still eating nothing but meat when somebody is giving him an alternative. This is just fucking bizarre. As far as I know, he only used turpentine once, and it was a few months ago. He had the same chronic symptoms, both before and after. Fucking retarded. I drink bleach, that shit kill the bugs in you, lol. Yeah, seriously. I don't think there's much of a difference between bleach and turpentine, honestly. He says the reason veganism helped him heal colitis is only because it cut out the dairy, which he realized he is allergic to. He's not ever going back to dairy. The reason his former animal diet was so harsh on him was because it included dairy. I see. I think I have that weird gene where if you consume dairy, especially milk, it makes you constipated. Because I had issues with constipation all throughout my childhood, and my parents made me drink a lot of milk, and I think that's what made me have such terrible constipation.
You should be careful with your freak diets here. Don't do it. Just eat like a regular person. I didn't take their advice. I did the opposite, and I continue to do the opposite.
So he's done all of that before and it made him really ill. So now he thinks he's going to do it again and it's going to make him well after he destroyed his intestines by drinking turpentine and eating huge amounts of restaurant food one meal a day. Like what? That's terrible for anyone's gut. And then drinking turpentine, and he thinks he's going to cure that for something that made him ill in the past. Sounds pretty stupid to me. So anyway, Sean Baker is now coming out and saying that Vegetable Police was 10 years, a decade long vegan activist. So let's look at this claim right now.
Let's just talk about this guy. What's his name? Vegetable Police. I mean, he's a prominent 10-year vegan. He was a big activist. Lots of GI problems. Guess what? 2 days of a carnivore diet, and those problems are going away, nearly gone. And you know, I guess you're gonna.
So he's fucking stupid. He doesn't actually understand what's even fucking causing these issues. Sean Baker is such a dishonest, lying, manipulative fuckhole. It's unreal. It bothers me how much money Vegetable Police makes, specifically because he is a dumbass. I mean, he's not a rich guy, but considering how fucking stupid he is, yeah, it's a disproportionate amount of money given how dumb he is. Definitely.
You're gonna say, oh, well, he wasn't doing veganism right. He wasn't truly a vegan. 10 years, an activist, YouTube channel. You know, I would say the guy's pretty much, you know, hopefully doing things the right way, according to you guys.
So a few things here. Firstly, doing it right. No, obviously he's not doing it right. Vegans don't just do crazy shit and drink turpentine and ferment sweet potatoes in their cupboard and eat one meal a day at restaurants. That's not doing it right. Secondly, he didn't cure his ulcerative colitis within 2 days of eating a carnivore diet. He just simply stopped eating foods which were potentially aggravating his intestines because his microbiome is out of whack. If you don't understand that, then you just don't know anything about nutrition, it seems, because that is quite a fundamental basic thing to understand. And then you claim that Vegetable Police was a 10-year-long vegan activist. So let's look at his ethical veganism, animal advocacy right now from the horse's mouth.
So I've been vegan for like 10 years, and yes, I have cheated along the way because you had that piece of salmon every 3 months. I never really wanted to be vegan.
I wish I could go eat deep fried pizza wrapped in cheese and bacon, but I can't. We can't do that. My initial thought was, you gotta be kidding me. Like, how long am I gonna have to do this before I can go back to deep frying pork? I want pork in my mouth. I would only do it for like 2 weeks and then, okay, what can I eat now? I'd like a burger. So I'd have that burger and I'd start getting pains again. And I went through this for like 4 years. I started in 2008, and it wasn't until 2012 where I had the worst flare-up of my life because I ate a huge block of sheep cheese, raw sheep cheese. I thought if it was raw it was fine. It wasn't. It wasn't. I never felt worse in my life than I did in 2012. When I had that flare-up, I was like, oh my god, I'm back to square one. How is this possible? I thought it was healing.
But I was like, no. Are you crazy, buddy? That's the best stuff. Pizza, chicken wings, burgers. It's all delicious stuff. And that's why we eat it. It's addictive. It's great.
You know, he lived pretty close by to me in Toronto, and I don't know what his fucking problem is. There's Apocalypse Now that wasn't far from his house. He literally, all he had to do, he was living near, I think, was it Victoria Park or, no, wait, yeah, I think it was Victoria Park. He was living near here, around Victoria Park Station. All he'd have to do is walk down to Victoria Park Station, and then take the train, which is only $3.25, by the way, and take it down to, what was it, Christie Station, and there's Apocalypse Now. So you'd barely even have to walk. And check out Apocalypse Now in Toronto. I mean, they have fucking donuts, crazy ass cheese pizzas, like fucking sandwich cookies, just dank, greasy fucking shit. And it's all vegan. And, like, why is he going to fucking eat, like, real burgers and meat and crap when there's restaurants like that in fucking Toronto? It's just retarded.
Just don't think about the cheeseburgers. Don't watch cooking shows. Don't watch TV in general, because all the commercials come on, they start showing you all these hamburgers and pizza, and it's like, we're not strong enough.
Oh
we're
my
not
God.
strong enough. If you see it, you'll think of it. If you're not seeing it, you're probably not thinking of it. You might...
Like, again, if you're craving a fucking burger, what, how many fucking restaurants are there in Toronto? I mean, there's Doomie's. I don't know when he made this. Doomie's is a pretty new restaurant, but there's Doomie's Hogtown Vegan. That's been around for a while. And again, it's another place that's right next to a fucking subway stop. Like, you wouldn't even really have to walk. And if you take a look at their menu, they have, like, fucking greasy shit. They have chicken and waffles. They have, chicken wings, fucking fries, sandwiches, burgers, tacos, like mac and cheese. Like, it's all greasy fucking comfort food. And, like, if you're really craving this shit, then why wouldn't you just go to Hogtown Vegan? Like, this doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
You might be daydreaming about food, but just relax. Stay with it, and you will heal, my friend.
So that doesn't really sound like someone who promotes ethical veganism, that he just wants to, at the first opportunity, eat pork and bacon again. However, he can't do it because of his health, therefore he's prevented from doing it, but he would the first opportunity he got. So, and he was cheating along the way as well. So that really sounds like something that someone like Earthling Ed or Joey Carlstrong would say, or Gary Rofsky. But let's just give him the benefit and doubt, and to say that was in the past, and at some point he decided to become a more serious vegan activist. He even said this once. Let's have a look at that.
When I really started taking the veganism serious was when I went to the high carb vegan meetup for the first time, and I met a bunch of other vegans, and I met Vegan Gains, and I was like, okay, I get it. I get the ethical side.
I was really fucking skinny back then. Holy shit.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm glad I started lifting weights and eating more.
I was just
doing less biking.
Vegan for health, and then they convinced me of all the other reasons, and I was like, it's nice to actually talk with vegans for once. Me and my loner world. So you can see in the videos the ethical side started ramping up, and I became more passionate about it. So that's...
I don't actually believe that. I think what happened was people were talking to him about the ethical side of veganism, and then he thought, oh yeah, that makes sense, and he didn't actually care personally. It's just that people told him about it, and he's like, oh yeah, that's true, because he has no fucking reasoning skills of his own, so whatever anyone tells him, he just believes.
When that happened.
So I just found this video, and it is about 2 years old. So he's been taking veganism seriously for approximately 2 years. So let's have a look how seriously he's been taking veganism for the last 2 years in. So in Casey's words, here we go. This is how seriously he's been taking veganism since he's been taking veganism seriously.
I've cheated on that vegan diet. I've had the crickets out here. I've tried them. I'm too curious. And then I didn't cheat for like years. But then I didn't feel very good. So I tried little things here and there. Little wild salmon, some eggs. Did I feel better?
God.
I can't really say if I did. Why am I craving them? I just want to try this. So I did try it. And I didn't tell you guys.
So he's been eating animal foods behind the scenes and not telling anyone. He's been eating salmon. He's been eating eggs.
Yeah, so he's never been vegan. Like, this is so retarded and pathetic. I just... I mean, why would Why would he claim that a vegan diet is making him feel like crap if he's literally never even followed a vegan diet? It's fucking insane. My big problem with Vegetable Police, aside from his never being vegan but plant-based, is that he refused to seek actual medical diagnosis and treatment. He said the beef cleanse was a last resort, but it wasn't. Totally. Like, and the guy, Goji Man, he even fucking told him what exact tests you need to get in order to fucking figure out your problem. And then he's just refusing to. It's fucking insane. Sean Baker sounds like he got semen in the back of his throat. I know. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. He looks shittier and shittier every fucking video he makes, too. You looked hella cute back then, not that you don't now, and still had a great physique. Nothing wrong with being lean. Do you still do jiu-jitsu from time to time? No. Haven't started with jiu-jitsu yet. I, like, dislocated my right kneecap again, and, I figure I'm just gonna have to get a brace for it. And I dislocated it, like, bending down to get something. So, and it's weird. It's like dislocating up and down rather than left to right. So it's just not tracking across the knee properly. So, yeah, I'm just going to get a brace and then probably start doing judo and jiu-jitsu.
Eggs, he's been eating insects, he's been eating this and that, and not telling anyone. It sounds like something that Earth and Ed would do, or Joey Carbstrong, or Gabby Urofsky, or one of like the most ethical vegans of all time. That's what they're doing all the time, obviously. Obviously they're doing that, aren't they? Aren't they?
And it would have been the most inspiring story ever, because within 3 days of eating the eggs, I started getting chest pains. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
The reason that happened was probably from an increase in triglyceride levels. You can get angina from a very rapid increase in triglycerides. And I'd imagine a similar thing might happen with cholesterol. If you get a really sharp increase in cholesterol, you might end up getting chest pains from it. But I do know that that is a common thing with an increase in triglycerides. What is it? It can be induced from eating a lot of like processed sugar, but also just the very rapid increase in triglyceride levels from just eating a fatty meal. It can do the same thing.
I was on like 70% fat from plants. 70% of my calories were coming from fat. My arteries felt fine. And then that 3 days of actual animal fat just clogged me right up. I could feel it. Something, it might not have been an artery closing, but I could feel it. I was like, ow.
Okay, so you're eating these animal foods and felt bad. So now you're publicly saying that you're eating animal foods. You think that there's going to be a different reaction? You think that you're going to be feeling good by eating those foods?
Yeah, this is another thing that's making me think he's a hypochondriac. There's just so much, like, it's almost like cognitive dissonance. Like, he said before, when I ate animal fat, oh, my chest got all clogged and I was getting chest pains and shit. I think he might have just been imagining that, and then now he's saying, oh, I'm eating a carnivore diet and I feel great. It just sounds like he's imagining symptoms. So, yeah.
Okay. But there was one period where Casey wasn't just doing random bullshit like shoving things in his arse and drinking turpentine. He actually decided to buy a pot and cook food like a normal person, like the average vegan does. He bought a pan and he cooked food and ate the food without shoving the food in his arse, without doing any other fermenting any bullshit in his cupboard. He got a pot and he cooked food and ate it. Let's look at that and see how he felt when he was doing that.
So what I'm doing now, and I feel fantastic on it, I have finally embraced the cooking. I bought a pot. I was looking for so long for a stainless steel rice cooker with a steamer, and I couldn't find one for the life of me. Out here in Thailand, they love their Tefal coated stuff. That stuff causes cancer. So every rice cooker is either Tefal or aluminum or both. Nightmare. So I finally bought a stainless steel pot with a steamer attachment.
Yeah, I went through all of that myself. I actually managed to get a stainless steel rice cooker in Thailand, although it is a bit difficult. However, in this video, he says that when he just simply eats real food that he's cooked, normal food like a normal person would just simply cook and eat, he felt absolutely great. So what's the problem? Is it that he was too lazy to actually cook and he had to go to, was he just doing the restaurant cleanse because he was too lazy to cook? Like, I don't really understand. Like, well, it must be that. It must just be too lazy to cook.
I cook my meal, but I go shop for the fresh veggies every day, and I'm loving it. I feel so damn good, like consistently. I sleep well. This so far might be the pinnacle. I'm loving it so far. Digestion is good, everything is good.
Who would have thought it? So just cooking normal food and eating that food and not shoving it into your ass makes you feel good. Whoa, who would have thought it? So up until you started drinking turpentine, I think it was probably going well. Cooking whole...
This is just, like, absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say to the guy. Like... So he healed his ulcerative colitis, felt fine, started shoving stuff up his ass and drinking turpentine, then he felt like shit. He's intermittently eaten animal products, and he said it either made him not feel any better or far worse. Then he finally ended up, like, cooking food on his own, not eating out at restaurants, and then he said he felt great. Then I guess he stopped again, and then now he's like feeling like crap, so he goes on a meat diet that he admitted before he felt like shit on. He just sounds like, I think he's a hypochondriac, and a dumb hypochondriac.
All vegan food and eating it like a normal person is the most sustainable thing.
There's some comments. BJJ is a recipe for injury, whatever the state of your joints. Not really. I've done hard sparring for like 2 months, never had any real injuries. I did kind of, like, this elbow, I think it doesn't go in as far as my right elbow for some reason. I've had inflammation in my left elbow, but somebody, like, landed on top of me, and I, like, tried to hold them back, but then my elbow, like, went in too far, and then I had some elbow pain for a few days, but it just went away after a few days, too. So that was really the only injury. It's just right now, my fucking right knee is dislocating. I just need to, get a, brace that helps your kneecap stay in place, and I think I'll be fine. I still believe slacking will help your knee. It helps mine so much, along with turmeric. Oh, slacklining. Sorry, slacklining will help your knee. It helped me so much, along with turmeric. It helps improve the stabilizer muscles substantially. Slacklining. Slacklining. Oh, walking across a thing? Okay, I don't know if that would actually help my knee or not. Hey, Vegan Games, I got my blood test results. Do you think you answer some questions I have? Yeah, if you just leave it in the comment section, I can answer it before the stream ends. Also, Vegan Games, if you do more jiu-jitsu, Venom makes some good knee pads, makes a huge difference. Venom knee pads. Okay, I'll look into these. I've never had an issue with slamming into shit hard with my knees in jiu-jitsu, but I'll take a look. Really, I need something more like this, where it just keeps my kneecap in place. Never had any issues with hard impacts.
To do for your health. That's what most vegans do. Most long-term vegans are just cooking food and eating that food. So why did he mess up? Was it just drinking the turpentine, or was he doing any other weird stuff that was made him fall off the wagon doing that? Like, how didn't he achieve just doing the most sustainable normal thing? Like, what else was he doing around that period?
And I've been eating like 1,600 calories. It's like you're fasting all day, but you get this delicious 0-calorie drink. It's just water and stuff. An OMAD approach to maintain, and then a water fast, a serious long one, or at least extended 2 or 3 days every so often to detox and cleanse and heal and rest. So that's where we are now along the health journey.
Oh, so he ate 1,600 calories, and he was doing 1 meal a day, and he was doing fasting and more fasting, and then he wanted to do 3 days of fasting here and there, and just generally loads of fasting, and eating 1,600 calories a day on the days that he did actually eat food, and when he did eat food, he did it all in one go. Oh, that sounds like the most sustainable, normal way to eat food. Casey, can't you just cook food and eat food like a normal person does? No, he can't do that. He has to do some strange, special bullshit, because he can't just be normal. He has to experiment doing some special healing fasting, 1 meal a day, intermittent fasting, water fasting, dry fasting bullshit. No, Casey, you're not experiencing...
I just... Why was he even doing that to begin with? Like, why was he doing anything? Like, the turpentine and crap? Like, just why?
Health problems because of veganism, or experiencing health problems because you've got some weird mental issue with actually just eating food like a normal bloody person.
Now I know what you're thinking. There he goes again. Changes his diet every 3 to 7 minutes.
Because I often make these correlations and they're wrong as shit. It's like, oh, this food is giving me acne. I will avoid that. Oh, it wasn't that food. It was something else. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's never like an instant, you eat something and then, oh, you're in pain right away. No, like, it's always delayed reactions. So it's tough to pinpoint what you're eating, but like what's causing it. I remember buying like this giant, I don't know, 25-pound bag of cookies because I lived near a cookie factory, and there's this outlet store and a huge bag. Like, you couldn't fit it in a knapsack. It was this like giant garbage bag full of cookies, and I would just eat them, massive amounts. Like, I ate the whole thing in not that long.
One of my major problems is getting enough protein. How do I even get enough protein?
So Casey demonstrably doesn't have a clue about nutrition. Protein? Where am I going to get my protein from? And he just jumps around, just does random stuff and shoves random things in his ass, and just doesn't understand about nutrition whatsoever, and then refuses to take the advice of people who do actually understand about nutrition. But despite that, sometimes he does actually make a few good points, and here's one of those.
And then it comes to our animal friends. You think that's natural? Imagine you're out in the woods, you see something, you muster up the courage somehow to stab it in the neck with a spear, and you're shaking, you're like, race, and you're like, oh my god, I killed it. To do it, you little bitch. You couldn't.
Falls because he has seen that there are some inconsistencies and lies in what they're saying. This is what he's saying about Sverige.
Sverige has a problem, and in this video I will show you where he lied, why I think he lied, and then I'll show you how it's the opposite that's actually true, and how it's the paleo dieters who are the ones aging faster than a cigar-smoking sun worshipper who washes their face with steel wool scrubbing pads. Sverige just wants to deceive you. He wants to scare you from going vegan, so he's painting this diluted version of reality to trick you into thinking he's showing you something real. He's doing exactly what mainstream news does. They find some bad news, then they report it and paint a picture of this.
Yeah, so, he's just... I think he might actually be crazy. I think he is a hypochondriac for sure. He probably has an eating disorder by the sounds of it, where he just tries these ridiculous, retarded, fringe diets. So, I don't even know if he has a problem with, like, his gut health right now. Like, it might just all be in his head. Who knows? So, this is just retarded from top to bottom. Debate Vegetable Police. Can't have any debates right now because I can't stream on my main channel, but maybe, if you'd be down. Okay, these are the 12-hour fasting totals. Total cholesterol 138. That is within the healthy range. Healthy range is 90 to 140. HDL 33, that's a little low, but that tends to happen when you're on like a low-fat vegan kind of diet. LDL 82, the LDL's a little high. You'd want to bring that down to 70. There's a few things that can bring up LDL. Typically, it's just consuming oils that are high in saturated fat, generally. I'd just say don't consume any oils, and your LDL would probably go down to normal, healthy levels. HDL can be lowered by a few, HDL can be a bit low for a few reasons. There can be some inflammatory processes that are going on that can lower your HDL. That could be from consuming oils that are high in omega-6. Sometimes marginal B12 intake can also drive down HDL. So I'd just say cut out all processed oils and make sure you're just getting fats from whole plant food sources like nuts and seeds. Like just put some hemp seed and flaxseed in your oatmeal, something like that. Triglycerides 116, that's in the normal kind of healthy range. Bilirubin total 1.1. I don't know what bilirubin is. Let me just look that up real quick. Yellow compound that occurs in the normal catabolic pathway that breaks down heme and vertebrates. What does this mean? What other markers are important to know? Thanks. I'd just say your LDL is slightly high, and my advice would just be to cut out any refined oils and just stick to eating whole food sources of oil. So ground flax seeds, hemp seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, things like that. It's just easy to mix those things in your oatmeal in the morning or something like that. That's probably what's raising your LDL a little bit, and just make sure you stay away from junk foods, particularly things like, what's it called? Like Oreos, anything that has palm oil in it. Palm oil is a really bad one. It's very high in saturated fat. That can really raise your cholesterol. Also, coconut oil, that's another one that can really raise your cholesterol. So I just say stay away from oils in general, though, and see how that goes. The only thing there is to just lower your LDL a little bit. Fuck. I've averaged just 1,730 calories a day, 188 centimeters for the last year, and had no issues whatsoever or lost any weight. Then you're probably just eating at maintenance levels for calories. No wonder he doesn't get enough protein when he water fasts and only eats 1,600 calories. Yeah, no shit. Like, he's a small guy, but even for a small person like that, if you're active and moving around, that's very low. That's really low. I could eat that, not do jack shit all day, and end up losing weight. I know slacklining sounds counterintuitive, but as long as you're chill with it, anything that strengthens the knee stabilizers might help. Bosu ball or wobble board might help too. Hope it heals. It's really, I really doubt it's a knee stabilizer issue. I think it's mostly just because my kneecap is naturally loose. I remember doctors told me to just strengthen my quad muscles, do a bunch of weird exercises and stretches, and I did, and it just didn't end up doing anything. My kneecaps are just naturally loose. I don't even have a ridge on the side of my knee that's there to prevent the kneecap from sliding out. It's literally non-existent on my leg, so probably just need to wear a brace, but I don't think I'm going to try slacklining. Yeah, I think just I'll need a brace. Herbivores can't get clogged arteries from saturated fat and cholesterol, right? I think you meant carnivores or omnivores. Well, they kind of can, technically. It's weird. So, their thyroid prevents the buildup of cholesterol in their arteries, so it manages serum cholesterol. Now, what can happen is if they consume too much saturated fat and cholesterol, it can actually overload their thyroid and they can still develop atherosclerosis. Also, as they age, if thyroid function decreases, they can also get atherosclerosis. But under normal conditions, carnivores and omnivores, and those are weird terms too, by the way. Carnivore, omnivore, herbivore, it doesn't actually take into account the biology of the species and what the ideal diet is. It's entirely based on habit. So humans are classified as omnivores just because we have the habit of eating meat. So an animal, like, just to be perfectly clear, an animal that has evolved to eat meat, so like a dog, for instance, and a dog would be considered an omnivore. They, under normal circumstances, they can't get atherosclerosis, but if you remove or damage their thyroid, then they can get atherosclerosis, and it is possible to overfeed saturated fat and cholesterol to these animals and induce atherosclerosis. Why did your channel get banned from streaming? It's because it got a copyright claim on one of the videos from the last Patreon stream. I was responding to Tim Sheaf, and then I looked at one of the documentaries he linked, and I responded to the documentary in the stream, and that got a copyright notification, and then now I can't stream. That's YouTube. And yeah, the company that filed the copyright claim. They're fucking insane assholes. I even told them it was a private stream. Only 60 people saw the video. It falls under fair use. So what the fuck are you doing? And they're still doing this crap where they won't release the copyright claim, even though they have no intention of pursuing legal action. So they're just going to inconvenience me, waste my fucking time, help me lose money because they're assholes, and I'm just going to have to wait for another few weeks for YouTube to let me stream. So that's how that works. Yeah, I've been eating more junk food recently. I eat oil that's cooked into foods, but when I cook, I never add it. How do you get in greens without making smoothies? I'd say microwaving broccoli is probably the easiest way to get in greens. Microwaved broccoli actually tastes pretty good too. The next easiest way is just steaming them. Steaming is the best way to cook vegetables. Apparently, it wastes the least amount of nutrients, so I'd say just microwave some broccoli if you're really lazy, but just get some like broccoli and kale and stuff and steam it, and then just have it with potatoes and crap. But I'd say just stay away from junk food, and even stay away from some mock meats that contain oil. And get your blood tested again in another like couple months and see how it goes. It really shouldn't take too long for your cholesterol to go down, but you know, just stick to the diet for 2 months and see how your cholesterol is. Vegetable Police knows that what he's trying is anti-science bullshit. I don't think that there would be much of a debate. Yeah, there's not really much sense debating him. He's stupid too. Also, does lack of sleep play any role in blood test levels? I was up all day and had only 2 hours of sleep between the 2 days that I fasted to take the blood test. Not sure if that does anything. I think that can raise your triglycerides. Let me see. Lack of sleep, cholesterol. Sleep deprivation may lower good cholesterol. Lack of sleep may have a big impact. May lower good... so, yeah, lack of sleep can lower your HDL. Lack of sleep leads to changes in genes that are responsible for regulation of cholesterol. I haven't looked into this topic too much, but I can say almost certainly it would raise triglyceride levels. Associations of unusual sleep duration with serum lipid and lipoprotein levels. Among women, both short and long sleep durations are associated with high serum triglyceride levels or low HDL serum. Short and long sleep durations. Okay. Compared with women sleeping 6 to 7 hours, the relative risk of a high triglyceride level among women sleeping less than 5 hours was 1.51, and among women sleeping 8 hours or more was 1.45. The relative risk of a low HDL cholesterol level, HDL doesn't really matter. It was observed that the risk of high LDL cholesterol was lower among men sleeping 8 hours or more. Okay. High LDL, 8 hours. Okay, that's weird. That might have something to do with lack of exercise. That the association between long durations of sleep, 8 hours or more, and higher LDL levels, that probably has something to do with fatigue and lack of exercise. But stress can increase your triglyceride levels, and if you haven't slept, then that can increase your triglycerides. So, yeah, I'd say just cut out the junk food and cut out all oil and see how your tests do after that. Okay, so I'm feeling really hungry, still haven't eaten yet. Don't know what video I'll do today. The vegetable police thing really fucking irritated me. I don't know if I can mentally handle it right now. My depression has been getting better over the last few days, and I don't want to fuck it up. So I might just stick to a video that doesn't frustrate me tremendously. Just so you guys know. So I'm not entirely sure what I'll be up to. Jasmine and I are going to stream on her channel, though. I think we're going to play Metal Slug all the way through. So stay tuned for that. We'll post on Twitter. But again, thanks for checking out the stream, guys, and thanks for supporting me on Patreon. It's massively helpful, and can't thank you guys enough. Yeah, just hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna try to keep a good mood for the rest of the day. Watching that vegetable police thing really fucked with me, but I'll try to stay positive. And thanks again, guys. And I'll just wait a few seconds to end the stream, just so it doesn't cut me off. And